We will check this out over here. So we're up. We're live. Live again. Wednesday. The 25th of November. So this is the final official live stream hang mess around thing that I've been doing as part of my 30-day personal creative challenge. I'm going to turn off the sound on YouTube here. So if you're watching this live, hello. Just turned 7 o'clock. Just gone 7 o'clock. And I'm still coming out somewhere of a speaker. Okay. I get rid of that because. So hit me up in the chat. Say hello. Let me know where you're at, where you're coming in from. I think this is going to be the final one of these in this particular format because in keeping with the 30-day creative challenge, this was part of it, to kind of mess around with some live streaming and see what was a good fit. So maybe tried some guitar-y stuff last week, and you know, one of the main philosophies that I'm trying to live by now is to learn in public, which is, for better or worse, probably a terrible idea, but hopefully somebody gets some benefit out of it. But yeah, you're welcome. So what was the 30-day challenge? I decided for the month of November to try and set myself a little creative challenge. And I didn't want it to be one of these all-encompassing, I did one thing for a month and, this is what happened. Which you see so many videos on YouTube doing like that. Where it's like, I learned to write with my left hand for a whole month and now I can write a few words with my left hand. I wanted to be something that I wanted to bring a little bit more creativity into my life and do a little bit less of some of the things that I felt were not very good to me or not good for my headspace. And because we're in lockdown and musicians will feel this and artists will feel this, headspace is an important thing to try and keep on top of, because I don't know about you, but I'm feeling a kind of a very existential kind of feeling about being a musician at the moment, because there's nowhere to play gigs, there's nowhere to there's nothing on the horizon to say that we are going to be playing gigs anytime soon. So what is a performer when you can't perform? So that's something that has been crossing my mind lately. So I wanted to try and use the month of November for a little bit of positivity and try and keep the dark winter nights at bay a little bit. So I stopped drinking alcohol for almost 30 days because I'm going to have a couple of beers on Friday night, I think. So I'm going to end a little bit early. I wanted to exercise every day, so I've been running a bit. What else? Yes, creativity. So to try and do something creative every day. Also, social media. I wanted to change how I interact with social media. So I set a little rule for myself in that regard, where I could only install the app if I was actively using it. So I could only have Instagram on my phone if I was actively posting a picture or live streaming or replying to a comment or something like that. And yeah, that has worked out. That's worked out surprisingly a lot easier than I thought. Wanted to read a little bit more, listen to a little bit more music, try and find some more things that inspire me and do more of those, rather than what I found. I had kind of gotten into a rut of just scrolling through stuff, and I don't think it was doing me much good. So that was my 30 days, and all in all, it's been a very positive experience. I ducked out of my comfort zone quite a bit. I've done weekly live streams where I've just talked to the camera, which is, I'm talking to you, but you are a camera. So that's been a bit strange. And I'm enjoying it. It's good. Kind of get out what's in your mind. I have been a little bit more focused on songwriting. So I've been working on a new song. I go into a lot more of this stuff on Patreon. So I documented a lot more in detail on Patreon. So if you're interested in what went on for the 30 days, you can find out more about it there. There's some videos and some music and some of the more creative side of things that came out. That's all up on Patreon. So Patreon.com/Barry Power. You can find it there. What else happened? Oh yeah. So posting I wanted to do a lot more of, and I found I did that especially in terms of like live streams and making videos and things. I think that's something that I really wanted to do more of, and I definitely did more of it this month. I hit a couple of goals on YouTube, which I wasn't expecting. I had 10 uploads on YouTube, and I had 200 views, which is like tiny. But when you put it in the context of someone who's just starting out and trying to do something a little bit new and challenge themselves a little bit, I feel that's a pretty good win for me. So I'm taking that as a win. The live streaming, I have finally kind of got over the hump of all the technological setbacks. So as I say this, it's probably stopping, or the audio's out of sync or something, which is par for the course with live streaming it. It's a tricky thing to get right, but I'm enjoying that. I have a new podcast coming out later on with Blake's Fortune. Yeah, John Lennon. Great conversation. You're going to really dig it. It's going to be released a little bit later on this evening. I'm play all my cards at the moment. What was I doing? What else was I doing? Reading. I read the book Crime and Punishment by Dostoevsky, because that was also part of it. I wanted to kind of set myself a kind of worthy novel to get through, and that felt like a good wintry kind of deep dark exercise, which it was. It's heavy going if you read it, which I really do recommend it. And sometimes it's hard to recommend these kind of deep dark books, because sometimes it's kind of like recommended in the same way you recommend like a film that's quite a difficult to watch. So you can't say it's a really enjoyable thing, but it's somehow important. And the fact that it was written in 1869 or something and still has relevant ideas to now that was really cool. So that's kind of it. That is I'm kind of a little bit underwhelmed with my 30 days, although I didn't exactly set myself a mammoth challenge. But sometimes when you watch these things on like YouTube or something, someone says, I tried this for 30 days and this happened. And that didn't really happen to me. It was more like I did lots of little things, and I can see some of them have kind of worked and some of them are ongoing, and some of them I want to keep doing more of. And yeah, so that's it. That's it. If you've been following along for the 30-day challenge, I thank you. And other than that, I will be seeing you on the next one. Thanks for tuning in.